Hello there all. I am cynnwulf and hearth of this Hwicce Nerþuz. My name is Hwicce Nerþuz, who was known as Hwicce Nerþuz. Today is our Nerþuz Hwicce Nerþuz, and we will start today by holding a moment's silence, but in attendance we have Brother Gazwic, Brother cynnwulf, Mother Nerþuz Beorm, Hwicce Nerþuz, and Brother Denu. And we will start today's blot with a moment of silence before heading to the land blessing. Which there is, and here we go. Hammer I carry round this hearth, and all of you fellows keep this thrift. Hammer I carry for the laird, carrying grendels into flight. Fun away, oh, fun away, oh, fun away, oh. This hearth, that's in God's spears, I am your bane, and you will know my even name. Fun away, oh, fun away, oh, fun away, oh, this hearth. Hammer I can't, oh, what's in God's spears, I am your bane, you will know my even name. Fun away, oh, fun away, oh. Fun away, all this hearth. Hammer I carry round this hearth, all of you fellows keep this thrift. Hammer I carry for the laird, hammering grendels into flight. Fun away, oh, fun away, oh, fun away, all this hearth. Hearts and guard spears, I am your bane, you will know my even name. Fun away, oh, fun away, oh, fun away, oh, this hearth. Hammer I carry round this hearth, all of you fellows keep this thrift. Hammer I carry for the laird, hammering grendels into flight. Fun away, oh, fun away, oh, no way, oh, this hearth. But in God's spears, I am your bane, you will know my even name. Fun away, oh, fun away, oh, fun away, oh, this hearth. Would anyone like to play the battle horn?
I'll play for a change.
You going to do it, babe?
Yeah, sure thing.
We actually forgot to do this. Thank you, brother. Would anyone like to signal the one eye? Shaking the rattle 3 times?
Anyone? Oh, I can do that.
There you go, Denu. Brother Denu will signal the one eye. The horn signals yes, yeah. Thank you, Denu. Now we will press the lead. There we go.
Yeah, it's nearly the whole bowl, isn't it?
It is. Hal Funno, in your name, may this beverage be hallowed. Fun a whale, fun a whale, fun a whale. Shower out the mead. Do you need a bit more, bro?
Yeah, that'd be cool, yeah.
So we'll
Yeah, go on, keep going. That's enough. There we go.
Get it?
Yeah.
There's some more in the other bottle if we need it.
Yeah.
Since that's empty.
Is that enough, bud?
Yeah. Cheers, cuz.
Good. No worries, good. Right, okay, so Hail Mother Nerþuz, Mother Nerþuz. In your presence, we put away all elements of iron. New words, get the thing on that, right?
Yeah. Oh, got it.
Close one. You got it?
Yeah.
We store away any battle like iron in the time of Mother Nerþuz, the time of the blessing, the time of peace. You wrap away these in respect to Mother Nerþuz. If you show them that, bro. Did you get it?
Yep.
And the blades are in that cloth.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
There we go. So, there we go. Let us. Oh, I know what I need to do. We've got to.
Hello.
Hello, yeah. What I'll do is I'm going to hello the space and then I'll bless you as I did on
Yeah.
Yeah.
the wheel. Wheel.
Front of the wheel.
Front of the wheel. Front of the wheel. Front of the wheel. Front of the wheel. Front of the wheel. I'm going to cleanse the tendons. Front of the wheel. Front of the wheel. Front of the wheel. Front of the wheel. There we go.
I think that's going to fall out. I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah, because I feel like if that nudges forward.
We need to twist the stand.
Yeah, just try and twist that to
Yeah.
the side a bit, because when it hangs like that, just one little lean forward and it's going to go.
Yeah, that's fine. How's that?
Yeah, that's more sharing, that is, because
Yeah.
all the weight's put on most of
Yeah,
it then.
yeah, you are right. It's going to get sideways in it. Yeah,
There we go, that's more sharing that.
nice.
Excellent.
Okay, here we go. Out again comes the lesson Nerþuz spot reading.
It's good though, we got the whole lot printed in paper. It saves messing about with the phone then. But it is
It
good
is.
to have it on the phone too.
Absolutely. Right then, here we go. So that's that's your introductions, that's all done. And we are going from, let's check, from blot air. A 4, we layered into the, oh no, I think that's the wrong bit. Have I started the wrong bit there? Oh yeah, right, that's that bit done. So yeah, the blades. Yeah, right, okay. Hail Hwicce. So hail our forebears of Hwicce, hail Hearthman, and the two kings that started the kingdom of Hwicce. Hail Ikal, first king, and upholding forebear Mercia. Hail Enher and Wenher, the two founding kings of Hwicce. Hail Woofer, founding forebear of East Anglia. Forebears of the Klingus, the Wolfingus, and the Hwicce, upholders of these hearths. Hail to the Hwicce in the Midlands, and the Klingus and the Wolfingus hearth of East Anglia, who likewise hold blots Saturday, and to our fellows elsewhere holding blots who cannot be with us today. Now is the month of Haligmanoth, which also means Holy Month. About this time, the Venerable Bede wrote, Haligmanoth is month of holiness, while the men Alongium, Siu, Caledumrum, Pectum, An Anglo-Saxon poem about the months explains that. In the 9th month in the year, there are 30 days. The month is called, in Latin, September, and in our tongue, Holy Month, because our forebears, when they were heathen, sacrificed to their gods in that month. Haligmanoth is known as Harefestmanoth, meaning the harvest month. The harvest began to be reaped in Frithmanoth, and those who work the land continue to reap it in Haligmanoth. The gifts of the earth are brought in from the fields to our kitchens. As the harvest feeds the sites, the folk in Solmanoth with the undertaking of Akerblot. We beast Holy Earth, Mother, and breathe new life into England, following the barrenness of winter, and make the land bountiful again. Mother Earth listened to our beads, and in coupling with the welcome God, has brought the land back to good health, with the harvest being the offspring of the union. The full moon of Haligmanoth is called the harvest moon, and with this being the holy month where we give thanks to Mother Earth and the gifts she and her kin afford us, it is rightfully so that today we come together as holy guildsmen for Nerþuzblot, meaning a sacrifice to Nerþu. Nerþu is reconstructed in Old English from the Latinised name Nerthus, found in Tacticus, Germania, and which come from Proto-Germanic Nerthus. She is also Wanai Giden, whose worship was brought over from Germania to Angleland by our Anglo-Saxon forebears, and whose holiness was not soon forgotten by the English in these lands. If you could all repeat, please.
Yeah.
How be Nerþu?
How be Nerþu?
One eye mother.
One eye mother.
In this holy month.
In this holy month.
We give thanks to you, Earth Mother.
We give thanks to you, Earth Mother.
For the harvest.
For the harvest.
For our lands.
For our lands.
For our folk.
For our folk.
Hail Mother Earth.
Hail Mother Earth.
Wassail.
Wassail.
The first read bit is upon us. Who would like to?
Yes,
I know
I'll
Reese
start.
and Dan want to. Yep, you want to do the first bit, Ray?
Alright then.
This is the bit that Raymond did today. Right.
Haligmanoth is also known as Hearthman. Oh wait, you've done that part. Oh
No,
wait,
it's reader from reader. So there.
Oops. Ah, right.
Easy.
Well, our forebears still made home in Germania. Tacitus wrote that. The Lombards, by contrast, are disgraced by the fewness of their numbers, ringed around as they are by many mighty folks. They find safety not in submissiveness, but in the battle, its perils. After them come Rudigi, Aviones, the Angles, Varini, the Jutes, the Suarini, and the the newer tones. Behind their ramparts of rivers and woods, distinguished by a common worship of Nerthus, or Mother Earth. They believe that she interests herself in human affairs and rides among their folks. In an island of an ocean stands a whale grove, and in the grove a holy cart draped with cloth, which none but the blotter may touch. The blotter perceives the presence of the Giden in the Holy of Holies, and they attends her in the deepest reverence, as her cart is drawn by Hearthers.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Oh, there's a bit more on the back.
Oh yeah, we keep forgetting that part.
No, you have to check
Yeah.
it.
After this, the blotter pours the ale over the blotston, saying, "Hail the Angle King gods, Siger Reigen," as they do, and afterward bows to the blotston. Thereafter, they rejoin the circle, raising their ale filled horn, and say all repeat, "Allu, allu, allu." Then takes a drink of the ale, and repeat after the blotter. Likewise, take a drink of their ale.
Thank you.
Oh no, that's the first page again. Sorry about that, bro. Being a bit stapled weird. These are.
Yeah.
But there is actually another bit, bro. I'm really sorry. It was that bit you read. Well, it's my fault. I turned the page wrong. So it's all that, then 2 paragraphs there. Is that alright?
Oh, yes. No problem.
Then follow days of rejoicing and merrymaking in every stead that she designs to visit and be entertained. No one goes to war, no one takes up arms, every object of iron is locked away. Then and only then are peace and quiet, known and loved until the blatter again takes the Geeden back to her al, when she has had her fill of human company. After that, the cart up the cloth and the Geeden herself are washed and cleansed in a hidden lake. Right then. The whale of Nerþuz shall now be brought in from running water by the horn bearers Leodman Lytel and Leodman.
Oh,
Who-
right. Yeah, that's that. You don't have to read that bit about
Oh, right.
yeah, that was part of one of Leofitz's former blots. Yeah. So, I don't know what this is. Yeah, I think it's that bit now, Dan. If you wanted to have a go.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
So from there to the
Uh,
bottom or
Just from there to, so it's from Nerfu to walk.
yeah.
Alright, bud.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice fine.
The thing. Good, bud.
Nerþuz is our Mother Earth. She is the one-eye and their mother. The Ingle folk of Germania brought with them her worship to Britain. The islands which Tacitus wrote of is likely Zealand, where Nerþuz was greatly worshipped and which served as a meeting ground for sundry Germanic Leod, including our Ingwe forebears. Nerþuz is inextricably linked to our earth and our lands, wheresoever the Germanic folk walk.
Cheers, okay. Thank you. Well done, Dan.
Thank you.
How be thy Nerfu, our loving mother, from dusk to dawn, from birth to death, ever with us, and ever for us, we live by your gifts. If we could all repeat. How be thy Nerfu,
How be thy Nerþuz,
our earth mother,
our earth mother,
all the folk
all the folk
are your barns,
are your barns,
all dear are your kind.
all dear are your kind.
From the womb of the earth we rise,
From the womb of the earth we rise,
and all to its hall
and all to its all,
we one day will go back.
and
One
one
day
day
we'll
we'll
go back.
The wilds will overcome the high rising stone.
The wilds will come with the high rising stone.
In your one eye
In your one eye,
we trust and
we
hold
trust and
We trust and hold.
to him frith.
to
To him frith.
Nerfu, Nerfu, Nerfu,
Nerþuz,
care for us always.
care for us always.
Our earth mother,
Our earth mother.
how be thy Nerfu?
How be thy Nerþuz.
What's the how?
What's
What's
that?
sail?
Believe that's where we are. I just want to check this because I keep on looking that bit up. So we've done that page now. Yeah, so I don't get as confused.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're there. Okay. In Germania, Tacitus further wrote that in their bygone songs, the only form of record history, the Germans celebrate the earth-born god, Hwicce. They assign him a son, Manus, the author and founder of their race, and to Manus 3 sons after Rome. The folk nearest the sea are named Ingvarsons, those of the centre Hermonios, the remainder Astivanos. Some authorities record more sons of the god and more national names, such as Marci, Gambrivi, Suebi, and Vandiclici, and the names are indeed genuine and bygone. And as for the name of Germania, it is modern and recently applied. The first folk to cross the Rhine and oust the Gauls are now called Tungri, but were then called Germans. It was the name of the laird, not that of a nation, that gradually came into general use, and so in the first place they were all called Germans. After the conquerors became of the terror, these inspired and finally adopted and applied the new name to themselves. This law, both old and wise, holds that the Germanic race comes from Manus, son of Hwicce, and the Rome great songs were sang by the elder heathen. That Hwicce is the earth god, is the earth-born god, shows that he was born from Mother Earth, which is to say Nerþuz herself, who is the mother through Manus. We all come from Nerþuz, our Mother Earth. In keeping with Germanic and Indo-European view, Hwicce must have been born from the coupling on Earth Geden with a Vulcan feather. We know Nerþuz to be the Earth Geden, and the Vulcan feather is likely 2, known also as Tuas, from where Hwicce much gets his name. This coupling on a Earth Geden with a Vulcan feather is bygone belief of our folk, and faith and fundamental to our understanding of the law. Not only was the war god Hwicce convinced of it, but we also from cynnwulf that the harvest is likewise reliant upon this union. As we heard tell of in Solomonoff, we shall now hear the cynnwulf read out in Old English, but then next page, what's that? Likewise, we shall hear the New English, reheathenized. Where it was actually made by Leodman. It's gone passed down through Chris, and now we shall recite it, but it will be recited to a reader, as it is highlighted as a reader. So would any of you lads like to do a bit more reading, or other?
All right then.
So it's all of that.
Got it. Just want to be sure that we're not missing out on anything.
Is there any more on the back? Let's have a look. And that part as well.
Yeah, cool. Now that I know where we stand.
Yeah.
Bestow then north.
Hang on.
Bestow then to Neolthe, Eilthen Mordor, Ingwifre, Skefa and Beowa, and to the landowner and all those who are his folk. When all that is done, then are taken to unknown seed from the needy, and give them twice as much as then taken from them. Gather then all his plough, gear together, bore them into beam. Beorning fennel, hallowed soap, and hallowed salt. Take then the seed, and set its plough. Body then say, Eaka, 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 Mother of Earth. May the Allwalder, then the everlasting Droyton, afford acres growing and sprouting, swelling and strengthening with shining shafts of bright crops, and the broad barley crops, and the white wheat crops, and all the crops of the earth. Outfall to him everlasting Droyton, and his holy ones in the heavens, that his tilting be shielded against any foe, that it be sheathed against any evil of the witchcraft and bane seen throughout this land. Now I ask the Walden, who shaped this world, that no woman may be so word strong, nor man so crafty, that they shall turn aside my words thus spoken. When the plough is driven, out turns the first furrow, then say, How was fulfilled, Mother of Mon? Be thou growing in our Walder's hold, filled with food for all the good of men. An acre full of food for our folk, bright blooming, may ye become blessed. In the name of the holy gods, and this earth on which we live, the gods who made these lands, afford growth to us as a gift, so that each grain may come to us for our good.
Okay. So, it's another all repeat bit. Hail Mother Earth.
Hail Mother Earth.
Hail Welcome Fairda.
Hail Welcome Fairda.
Long live Merry England.
Long live Merry England.
Wassail Hail.
Wassail Hail.
And so we thank Nerþuz and the One Eye for the harvest, and we give back to her and her kin all the continuing the bygone English view of leaving a corn dolly to her in this holy ground at this holy month. So this is the part now where we're going to bury our corn dolly as we did on Saturday, and we'll bury it near the ermine sun. You all right to spin the camera please, bro?
Yeah, of course. You got the trowel, ain't you,
I'm
bro?
going off for media. Yeah, I've got the trowel out here, bro. This we did Saturday. We'll give a few offerings again.
That should be right like that.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, but be careful there, guys. Things.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Then what we'll do is, well, I'm just going to go and sort out things for the seeds, and then put it there. We can often talk about this. Would one of you lads be okay just to get that ready? This dog is what I like having an American block.
Guys, you want to just hold the camera while I sit down real quick.
So like we did Saturday, we'll give a little sprinkle of mead or beverage to the corn dog.
Eventually attract 100 wasps. Mm.
Or we can share more with them. Mother Nerþuz, you who gives the harvest, you who blesses us. What's so hard? Give us your blessing, Mother Nerþuz. What's so hard? Anyone else? Mother? Want me to... Nice.
Hail Mother Nerþuz, we thank you for your harvest and blessing.
You want to tip the thing off Gazwic?
I have no
Gaz?
idea.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, we can give you
Hail Mother Nerþuz, we honour you this day.
Mother Nerþuz, harvest, grace, and health.
We leave you this offering, Mother Nerþuz. We leave you this offering. Blessed. We ask for your blessing. We ask for good harvest. As we agree not to shed no blood. And no negative conflict. Lots of hair. Before you return to the hall. Okay. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Right.
Before we carry on, I want to
Yeah.
ask for more mead because I accidentally,
Oh yeah, of course.
I accidentally tipped a lot.
No,
Like
that's
I did,
fine.
like I did
Yeah.
on Saturday, I tipped the whole thing.
No problem, cuz. Here, I'll grab your horn there, mate.
Yeah.
Still that thing what it did.
Sorry,
That's right, man.
sorry, Bruce.
There we go. Yeah, there goes.
It's on fire. It's burning.
Right, but
Yeah, step into the shade, mate.
I'm alright, man.
All right.
just making sure I've got the right page. Okay. Right. Right, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, we're on this one. Right. Corn dolly, yeah, that's good. There we go, right, yeah, that's it. Alas, with Nerþuz blot, we undertake the last of the summer blotters, the summer blots days during. Oh, sorry, I'll repeat that. Alas, Nerþuz blot, we undertake the last of the summer blots as the days draw in and the nights draw out. The harvests will soon all be reaped, and sooner will continue to wane in strength as the Anglo-Saxon winter dawns. Earlier having been placed in the ground and rising high from earth, shall now be set at... Oh wait, we won't be setting it alight. No, we've buried it instead. Right, we don't need to read that bit. Does anyone want to sing Mary It Is, or should we?
We'll leave it with that.
So what I'll say for Mary It Is, well, when you see this, please check out the Mary It Is song from a Clingers Half Blot Saturday. But that was recited at our Clingers Half Blot in our Grove Saturday, so we won't feel the need to recite that again. Hwicce Nerþuz, Hwicce Nerþuz. Oh, that's an all bit, right. If we could all repeat.
Yeah.
Hwicce Nerþuz,
Nerþuz.
Hwicce Nerþuz,
Hwicce Nerþuz.
Hearth Nerþuz.
Hearth Nerþuz.
What's the
What's
What's
that?
our style?
As has become few at this time, we will also hail Hearthman, son of Cygnar, known also as Arminius, Germania's fane. Hermann was the leader of the Chersoki, a laird in and around the area from which the Saxons, our forebears, emerged, and lightly the Cherokee helped or were subsumed into their later Saxon laird. Hermann, having grown up a diplomatic hostage of Rome, learned of their ways, both socially and military. He bided his time, becoming one with the Roman way, yet never forgetting that he was a son of Germania. When he had come of an age, he went back to his homeland, where he was unwilling to accept the Roman encouragement into the lands of his folk, and seeing how the Romans had subjugated so many other folks in Europe, Hermann drove to push the Roman yoke out of the lands of our forebears. Having amassed many followers and convicting many other minor leaders of his mission, Hermann spearhead and commanded a broad and strong alliance of Germania laird. Using the tactical brilliance, he caught the Romans off guard as they were marching through Teutoburg Forest, where he at night the Germanic warriors under his command set upon the Roman oppressors. Once day had dawned, no less than 3 Roman legions had been destroyed by the combined might of the Germanic race under Hermann's command. Nearly there now, guys. Hermann's victory at the Battle of Teutoburg Forest, year 9 of the CE, led to Rome's permanent withdrawal from Germania's superior. Never again would Roman boots march on the earth of our forebears. The catastrophic defeat is also a factor that led to the later fall of the Western Roman Empire and has stopped the Romanisation of Germanic folk. It is thought that as a major touring point in world history, the Battle of Teutoburg Forest is regarded as Rome's greatest defeat. Tacitus wrote that Hermann, without doubt, Germania's liberator, who challenged the Roman folk, not in its beginnings like other kings and leaders, but in the peak of its empire, in battles with challenging success, undefeated in the war. If we could all repeat again. Hearthman
Hearthman
of the Chessery,
of the Chessery,
victorious and undefeatable,
Victorious and undefeatable,
Germania's Fane,
Germania's Fane,
Germania's Liberator,
Germania's Liberator,
Ward of your kin,
Ward of your kin,
Uttengard's Bane,
Uttengard's Bane,
loyal Worm Slayer,
Loyal Worm Slayer,
may you dine proudly in the great halls.
may you dine proudly in the great halls.
Hearthman, son of Sigmar,
Hail Herman, son of Sigmar.
Sigmar, yeah. And so ends today's plot. So ends today's plot.
What's
What's
that?
how? And now we head towards the cynnblót, where we will toast and honour the gods and say words of our own as we did at Fingers Half plot on Saturday. I'm just trying to close the reading. There we go. We'll put that away in there, and then we'll start the cynnblót. The reason I'm putting it away is because
And when
my
it
sweat is
crumbles.
horrible. No, and I don't want it getting dripped on anymore. There we go. Right, there we go. Okay. So it is now cynnblót. Time again where we can ask the gods, thank them, thank our forebears, honour our forebears, and ask and thank personal stuff in our life and those who cannot be with us. And choose any words you wish to say to the gods and forebears, and any toast you wish to give. Here comes the cynnblót. My first toast I give to Mother Nerþuz, to our Klingers half upholding forebear, my upholding forebear Ingwe, son of Nerþuz, and his sister Frail, Frigg Frail, and to the one here as their time approaches again, and to a good harvest in winter. Wassel hard.
What's out?
What's out?
Okay. Brother, we'll go that way like we did the other day.
For my first toast, I'd like to give and say thanks to the mighty patron that I worship, the mighty Denu. Wessel Hail,
Wassel
Wassel
hard.
Hail.
for defending our realm. Drink out.
Go. Gazwic.
First, let's go to Mother Nerþuz,
Nerfy.
and to my to Denu. What's out?
Wassel
What's out?
hard.
What's out?
What's out?
Oh, it's better. I'll sit down now.
Brother cynnwulf.
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, bro. That's right. I think, I appeal to Odin, you know, as my wolf spirit, you know, for the hearth.
Yeah.
And for my brothers here, and one of our sisters can come, you know, Gazwic, and Rossal for everyone.
Wassel
What's out?
hard.
What's out?
Denu.
That's all good. My first toast goes to the gods, and especially on this day to Mother Nerþuz. What's out?
Wassel hard.
What's out?
My second toast again goes to my forebears throughout time, Penda, who took our kingdom of the Hwicce, made it part of Mercia, to Einfrith and Einher, Einfrith and Einher, first kings of Hwicce, discovered our kingdom and ascended from Wessex, bringing the Saxons into the kingdom. We are here now in the Hwicce. Also to Ickle, the founding forebear Mercia, and upholding deity of a Klingers half, and to kin, obviously to cynnblót, upholding not deities, forebears, sorry, are Enher and Enfrith. To Wuffer of Wuffingus, who's the founding forebear of East Anglia, and the Serdich of Wessex, that is one of our former halves when we were under Anglican and Sidda, and Leah Fitcher's with us. What was Bray White's real name again?
Windhammer Rotunda.
So Windhammer Rotunda, again as always, recently crossed the Rainbow Bridge. And who was that other wrestler's name?
Terry Funk.
And Terry Funk. Bray Wyatt, as I known him as, again was a fantastic athlete. He was of Vinland, a great entertainer that I liked and a lot of people respected. He now feasts with, well, probably the Northern Germanic forebears that would have come to Vinland, and he was a great entertainer, and we also we honour him and Terry Funk in their time with the forebears of their understanding, and we are saddened to hear of their passing. Bray White now feasts with Luke Harper again in the Great Halls. Wassail.
Wassail.
For my second toast, I'd like to give it to the Lady Sunna. It is a very bright day today, and it being the 4th of September. Now, usually near the end, it will start getting more chilly. For the first day of the month, it was actually surprisingly quite breezy and cold. But the next thing you know is, a couple of days later, it's boiling hot again. So, with the turning point about to go into winter and autumn, well, autumn and winter, sorry, wrong way round, Sunna's giving her last peak before the cold settles in again, and the next thing you know is there'll be frost on the grass. And like what Al said, or Leodman Lytel said, around this time last week it was a tragic loss, 2 tragic losses for the wrestling community. For we lost Terry Funk. Now Terry Funk I might not know much about, for I think he was of an older generation of wrestling, and I of the modern day, well, of the 21st century's generation of wrestlers. But we do look back on him and look into their stories and thank them for aspiring the older generation and still carrying it on to the new bloodlines. And as for Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt I think I was about 16 or around that young teenage age when I first heard of him. And just to think, we were all a decade younger when he came into the wrestling industry, and aspired many younger generation of wrestlers to partake. And it's because of that he made a legend of himself. He carved out his own chronicle, and if you ask me, he done bloody well with it. Drink Al, Wyndham Rotunda.
Wyndham Rotunda.
Wassail.
Gazwic.
Also, second toast goes to obviously forebears, obviously to Sunna for like incredible nice day, and obviously to families of Terry Funk and Wyndham Rotunda. Wassail.
Wassail.
Cynnwulf.
By the way, still. For Terry Arthur and Bray Wyatt himself, and the lovely weather today as well with it as well. May it be their peace with them, and longs to keep behind up alongs to stay with us, belongs in our hearts to everyone. Wassail.
Wassail. My second toast first goes to my upholding deity Thunor, and of course, as everyone else has said today, it's a nice sunny day, so I thank Sunna for that. And obviously I'll give the second toast, of course, to the ancestors, forebears, who defended our lands. And like the others said, for the wrestling community, there was 2 passings. Obviously Terry Funk, personally I wasn't that into him, so it didn't hit me as hard. It was a shocker because I knew who he was, of course. But Windham Rotunda, known as Bray Wyatt, it was a shocker, you know. Me and the rest of the Casterton family has been following him since 2014, and it's just a shock, you know. Personally, for me, he made my childhood. You know, I always copied the gimmicks of Follow the Buzzards. I always tried to do his funky moves and all that, and he was just different. He was different from the average wrestler. You know, he didn't have to be 6'5" with massive muscles to be great. You know, he carved out his own legacy. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a shame that he went. He could have been the next Undertaker. But for me personally, he was his own person and not to be compared to Undertaker. There was definitely similarities with them. But at the end of the day, Bray Wyatt was his own person, and he was just absolutely amazing. It's just, part of me feels like, it sounds dramatic, but you know, it feels like, you know, your childhood's taken away from you when, you know, an idol passes from that age. But yeah, my condolences to the Windhammer the family. Was hailed.
What's that?
Oh, we're back. Third and final toast. As always, I'm also going to start by giving it to Sinner for the crossing into winter for the late summer rays. We do have a bit of summer left to celebrate, which is fantastic. To Baldoy, who smiles upon us in winter. SCS, son of Frigg, son of Woden, and brother to many gods of our gods. To Baldoy as well, whose time comes round at Yala. But as always, I want to also give toast to brother Lytel Beorm, Hwicce Nerþuz, half brother and blood brother of mine. I'll give toast, thank you to you, to my half brother Gazwic, now hearthman. Thank you for joining us again and being part of our ways, and joining in with the Corn Dolly burial, and saying to brother cynnwulf here again now. Thank you again for joining us and burying the corn doll and joining in as well. And also to all of you, because I know you all take part helping me set up and pack up as well, and I want to thank you all for that as well. To my blood cousin and half brother Denu, again has joined us today, and like my blood brother Lytel Beorm, Hwicce Nerþuz, has took part in some of the reading as well. So thank you for that, and you've both done amazing with that. To our brothers that can't and sister that can't be here, Kimmore's Amy. I know, unfortunate bug biting events happened at Klingers Hearth the other day, and there's now, where we also ask Nerþuz to heal her, and Funnel to heal her for she has a leg infection from Klingers Hearth blocked the other day, bit by bugs. Also to who else was there? To our brother Raymond, who can't be with us. Wassel hail to him. To our fire half bearer, Klingers Hearth Ian, brother Wolfman Leodman Ian, and Leodman brother Craftman Steph. To my uncle who joined us in 5th. He's a Baphonic heathen Celtic Druid. So he was there Saturday, so Wassel hail to him, and my other blood cousin, Denu's brother Nathan, who also joined us and was very keen to return. So Wassel hail to him. To our brother Chris, wherever his weird is taking him now, I hope it leads him in the right direction, as he keeps telling me. To our brother Taliesin and his hearthman in Wuffingus Hearth, the Wuffingus finger, obviously not how sworn to, he's a finger, Wassel hail Tally, and to the founder of it all, of the former half of Wessex, Gewis Hearth, that's sadly no longer with us, to Leofrich, Wassel hail to Leofrich, who is still my advisor, my spiritual advisor. So Wassel hail. And also to my kin and my partner, Wassel hail.
Over. For my third, lucky and final toast, I'd like to give it to all the folks here present today. Brother, once again, you've done an amazing job with this reading, and I am glad that we have printed it out in paper, as most traditions would do. They read it out on a classic piece of paper, or something that's been held out throughout the decades. But at the same time, it's a backup in case, you know, if your phone's not charged enough, or you might end up having a technical issue, like it'll scroll back to the very top, and the next thing you know is you're trying to scroll through it again. And but anyway, well done for the read. Well, just for leading the blots in general, it's been bloody amazing, bruv.
Thank you, brother.
And for my blood cousin and brother to the half, Dan, or Denu as he would go by, I'd like to thank you again for partaking in our blots, but also I want to thank your brother Nathan and our Uncle Pete, the Druid of Britain, for joining us on Saturday as well, because he's even been saying for a long time he's been wanting to join one of our blots, to even meet and talk with Ian. They got a lot in common, and as soon as we were pulling up in the car park the other day, as soon as we seen them going face to face conversing, we knew there was a crack to be had.
Yeah.
And it was a long meeting overdue. And as for cynnwulf, Reese, thank you again for joining us today. It's been a crack, it's been a pleasure, and as always, we hope you come back for more, bruv. And Gazwic. Well, I guess I could say, you know, the same sentence for Reese here for cynnwulf. And hopefully you and Amy can come a lot more